In my previous video, I had a fledgling budgie leave the nest box with no issue whatsoever. 2 short days later, she completely lost the ability to fly with what seemed to be a problem in her right wing. Now, I sent her to the vets through a friend of mine to have a professional opinion. I do have the budgie back now, but what was the vet's findings? She's currently clinging to the mesh of the internal door up here. Right, so like I said in the intro, she fledged the box just up there, not an issue, absolutely fine. But a couple of days later, she clearly could not fly. She couldn't even use the wing whatsoever. So I shipped her off with a friend to go and get professional opinion from the vet. Now, the vets gave her a thorough visual and physical inspection of the wing. And like I did, they couldn't find any physical damage to any of the wing bones. So she then had an x-ray, which revealed nothing. There was, again, no evidence of a break or a fracture at all, but there was clear swelling around the elbow joint of the humerus and the ulnar and the radial bone, I think it is. So she was strapped up and she was just put into isolation and given care for 2 or 3 days. The vets had her. And then I've got her back. Now, she still has an issue with her wing. She's still holding it out slightly, but she is more mobile. She's up there currently, but she has managed to fly over to the lamppost, up onto perches, but she can't physically get from the floor up. But she is showing signs of improving. Now, what I'm going to do is just keep an eye on her the best I can. And if I feel at any point that the aviary is unsuitable for her, then my friend has got someone that was more than happy to have her in a cage at home. So again, like I said, I'll just keep an eye on her. She does seem a lot better. She's eating and drinking absolutely fine, seems happy enough, but just frustrating that she can't actually fly around properly. But she is using the wing a hell of a lot more than when I first found her, because she didn't even move that wing at all, but now it's quite mobile. So yeah, keep an eye on her, see how it goes. She might stay here, she might not. Okay, now other activities within the aviary, ongoing activities. I'm pleased to say, if you watch my videos, all of them, that my only surviving fledgling zebrafinch this season, she's rather disappointed, is actually doing really well now, really well. I mean, its introduction into life in the aviary wasn't the best. It was consistently picked on by all the other adult finches in the aviary. Not the Bengalese finches, the zebra finches. I'm pleased to say that it's grown all of its head feathers back from where it's been pecked at, and it's doing really, really well. I think it's a she, not 100% sure. I think it is. Don't know the mutation of it. To me, it's like a fawn, but it has like different markings. So it's got like a white patch on its head and under its bill here, and it's got I don't know the technical term of it, but it's like primary outer feather on its wings. Just pure white. So if you know, let me know in the comments, but it is doing really well. But like I said, it is disappointing because it is the only surviving zebrafinch this season. Zebrafinches have not actually nested that much, which is quite surprising because usually they do nest quite a lot. Now, budgie wise, so I have obviously the 2 with the Lutino with the bad wing. I've got the 2 babies that came from that box up there. They're doing really well. Obviously, I need to reacquaint with the old Pets for Homes because, so in the box this end, so this was the green mum that I built the box for a little while back. She had 3 eggs, 3 have all hatched. 1 is still not fledged a nest. 2 have. 1 is a very, very significant colour to me and my family. I'll go and show you. Now, I say me and my family, I meant like me and the girls, because one of the longest serving budgies in my aviary. Well, I had like a pair that I've mentioned this many times before that I rescued from Facebook Marketplace from I think it was a Romanian couple that couldn't take pets to their new flat. So I had their pair of budgies and put them in the aviary. One of which is Daddy Blue up here. He is my oldest resident in the aviary. He's been in the aviary for 6, nearly 7 years, and his partner was what we called Mummy Budgie. Now, the baby's out of this box, so like I said, there's one still left in the box, and 2 have fledged the box, which they're both just up here. Okay, so now this one here is significant to us because she, pretty sure it's a she, is exactly the same as our old Mummy Budgie, which we lost last year. I'm pretty sure she is a light green opaline or opaline recessive pied. Don't quote me on it. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Also, if you think I'm right, let me know in the comments and give me a pat on the back for trying. But yeah, beautiful little bird. Not got a tail feather yet, but literally looks exactly the same as our old Mummy Budgie. Beautiful looking bird. So then it all circles around again now, because obviously that fledgling will come out of there. She want to try again, but up in this box here, we've already got, it just flew off over there, I'll show you. It's on the mesh there. Try not to disturb her too much, but yeah, beautiful looking bird, which definitely reminds us of Mummy Budgie. So back up in here, I don't know if Mum's in here, but oh, yeah, Mum was, but I think there's 4 or 5 eggs in there. So the circle of life goes on and on. Nothing else is really happening with the finches. I did actually lose, whilst I was working away from my residential trip, I did actually lose a white Bengalese finch because I had my girlfriend coming in and doing all the maintenance for me. And she had to like wrap up the bird and leave me to identify it. When she did say like it's a baby finch, I did actually think it was going to be my picked on fledgling zebra finch, but it wasn't. It was one of the white Bengalese finches, which again, I'm not sure how old they are because I picked them up from the pet shop probably about 4 years ago. So that's pretty much where we're at in the aviary. I'm going to keep an eye on, so you can see up here on the branch over here. So this is my Lutino with the bad wing. If I try and take her around the other side of her without scaring her, you can see that she's still holding her wing out slightly. But as you can see, evidently, that she's actually made it up onto the branches. So she is starting to fly. So yeah, I'm quite happy and I'm really, really pleased with, where have you gone? Where is she? Don't know. Completely disappeared. Oh, it's down there. So, like I said, I believe light green, opaline, recessive, pied. Correct me if I'm wrong. And there you go. You're all up to date again in the aviary. So pleased that the Lutino baby budgie with the bad wing is still up there on the perch, doing really well, just sat there with its head in its wing. Brilliant. The baby budgie that looks like Mummy Budgie, really chuffed with that because the girls are currently away with their mum in the Isle of Wight and they don't know about this fledgling budgie. Now, when I show them a picture and tell them I've got a baby that looks like Mummy Budgie, they're going to be really, really happy because they've literally grown up with Mummy Budgie being like the focal point in the aviary. She's like the oldest resident, being the mum. She's the most important resident in the aviary. Most of this life wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Mummy Budgie. So I can't wait to tell them later. Excuse me, I've got like a very sore throat. But yeah, everything else fine. Like I said, the baby zebra finch, if you know the mutation, like I said, let me know. To me, it's a fawn with some white markings. I do believe I might be right with the light green opaline recessive pied for the mummy budgie lookalike. But again, if I'm right or wrong, let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it. Only thing left to talk about now is the fact that, so the biggest thing about my new job is the fact that I can do this on a regular basis. I can be here for the birds in the aviary. Before I couldn't do it. Working away just didn't work. Being here every single night, I could keep an eye on everything that goes on. Apart from obviously when I went away from my residential, but that is the only time I'll be staying away from home from now on. Which was an experience, it really was. Actually going down to like the power centre, the headquarters of the business, and learning all about how it works and like the legislation and stuff. There's a lot to take in, but I did meet some really good friends. There was 9 of us in our classroom, and it was like being back at school. There was 9 of us, and we've become really good friends. We spent, like, obviously we stayed in the same hotel, we spent a lot of time together. And now we've formed like a WhatsApp group, and we just continue to chat because we're at the same stage of like with apprenticeships and like training, and it's working out really well. And being there and seeing things, how it all works, like the technology being used, like the AR like cameras with like the AI going into it. It's just amazing to understand that you could actually be alerted that there was a rat in a customer's property by your phone, and before the customer even knows about it. It's just mental, it really is. But going to see like all the rats and the mice in pens in the natural environment was quite scary, it really was, but interesting. And then you had like a chance to see other things, like all the other different insects and stuff that were classed as pets. Cockroaches, American cockroach. I was the only person in the whole of the 9 people that actually held the American cockroach. It's a big thing, but you know, the trainer said it doesn't bite you, so I just picked it up and off I went. Bed bugs though, so see that? Bed bugs do bite. So you have an opportunity to feed the bed bugs, which is they're in like a little pot with like a cloth lid on with elastic band. You tip it upside down, you put it on your arm, and you let them feed off you. They can't, not like mosquitoes, they can't suck. They rely on your blood pressure to push through, sorry. They rely on your blood pressure to push the blood up their like probe thing into them, which they blow up full of your blood, which is not the prettiest thing in the world. So nothing really was happening. He said like it would tingle, and it did a little bit. So I tapped the bottom of the pot because they're all stuck at this end of it, and then yeah, that's the result. There was only myself and one other that done this to our skin. The next morning his was gone. That's over a week old. So yeah, not happy. But other than like the fact that it's just relentless paperwork, I'm enjoying my job. So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, go down there, give it a thumbs up, tells YouTube that you like the video, and I'll show you more of my stuff. If you're not subscribed, then again, down there, whilst you're liking the video, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out massively. I shall see you in the next one, whatever it may be.